Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I thought I'd do another story time. This one's going to be about the worst banking experience I've had so far. So let's just get right into it. So for this story, I thought I'd tell you about the worst bank experience I've had actually ever. This is through work. It's with our social committee that I started. So with the social committee, what we decided to do as a group was to open a banking account because we were making enough money and stuff. So we thought, well, you know what? It's better to put the money in a bank to keep it safe because we didn't have really any means of keeping the money safely at our desk. So that's what we decided to do. Now, I won't name the bank itself, but my colleague and I, the treasurer, she's the treasurer, I'm the chair, decided to go to this bank to open an account because it had the best fee rate going for a not-for-profit, because that's what we are, in the city. So we decided to go with this bank and we had made an appointment to get there. So we went on the date of our appointment and we met with the financial advisor. She was very nice. She was actually with another colleague because another colleague was shadowing her. She had just come back from 3 months of leave, and when we sat down and explained her situation, what we were looking to do, she got confused and didn't understand what account we were trying to open. We mentioned a not-for-profit, but there's 2 different not-for-profits that they offer. One that's a $5 service fee and one that is a $1.90 something service fee a month. So we wanted to go with the $1 something service fee since we weren't going to have that much money and we're not expecting to do so many transactions and things like that. However, she kept quoting and explaining the $5 service fee not-for-profit account, and we kept having to say, no, we mean this one. And she didn't think that that was even an account that we could do. Luckily, she found it, and we proceeded to go through the plans and the paperwork to get that account started. So our appointment was for, I think, 10 or 10:30, and it took over an hour and a half almost, it felt like, to open up the account. There kept being glitches in the computer system, or she wasn't clicking the right buttons, or the name of our business was too long, or things like that. So it was taking some time, but in the end, we were able to get our bank cards, and we initialized them at the front with the teller, and she said she'd give us a call, let us know once it's officially open, which would be later that day, and we'd be good to go. So later that day, my colleague, she didn't get a call back saying that the account was open, but she was under the assumption that it must be open since it had been that day. So about a week after that, a week and a bit, she ended up taking some money to go deposit at the bank machine. However, when she went to go do that, the bank machine ended up rejecting the money, saying unable to accept deposit. The bank was closed at the time, so she just took the money back and came back to the office the next day with the money. When she explained this to me, I thought, well, maybe it's something to do with her card or something. So I took my card, I took the money, and I went to the bank that evening to deposit the money at the machine. Same thing ended up happening to me, but the bank was open. So I went inside and I spoke to a teller about it. Now, the bank that I was at was not our branch, so the teller tried looking into it. He just said there was a hold on the account for missing information. When I tried asking what missing information it was, he called over a financial advisor. That financial advisor didn't even know, and they mentioned that they'd have to reach out to the branch that we have our business with and reach out to our financial advisor. Now, I had found out that morning, because my colleague had emailed our financial advisor about the problem, that she was going to be now out of the office on holidays for 2 weeks. So I said to them, well, don't bother because she's away on holidays. So if you're just going to reach out to her, we've already done that. They said not to worry. They'd reach out to our branch directly and they would get back to us by either the end of the day or tomorrow. They took down my phone number and that was the end of that. I ended up not getting a call back that night or the next day from that branch. So what I ended up doing was I emailed the employee that happened to be shadowing our financial advisor, explaining the situation, saying how she's away on holidays, and we just want to know why there's a hold on the account, what documentation is missing. We were told everything was fine, and we wanted to make sure that we weren't going to be charged insufficient funds or charged like that because we weren't able to deposit money into our account. Need to reach a minimum balance, because if not, when we get charged our service fee, we'd have no money and we'd go into I can't think of the word right now. I'll think of the word and I'll edit it in right now. Into overdraft. So I ended up not hearing back from the one that was shadowing. So I happened to call our branch on the phone, and it just so happened to be the one that was shadowing answered the phone. I explained the situation. She said, yes, she had gotten my email. She wouldn't know exactly what it was, the reason for the hold or what document it would be. She said she'd reach out to the manager and hopefully he'd be able to help. If not, we'd have to wait till she returned, our financial advisor, but she said she'd let us know. We never heard back from her. The day that our financial advisor was back in the office, she happened to call me and she mentioned that she's not too sure why there's a hold on the account. She doesn't see the reason. She said she'd touch base with her manager and let us know by end of day or tomorrow about that and such and such. I never got a call back from her. I ended up emailing her to follow up about it to say, is the hold still on our account? What's happening? Please let us know. Never got an email back from her or a call, nothing. Neither did my colleague. So it's now the next month since we've opened the account, because we opened the account mid-July and now it's a couple of days after August. And we look at our account and we're charged a service fee. What I forgot to mention before is when I spoke to the financial advisor on the phone, she had mentioned that we wouldn't be charged the service fee for July. So now it's the second week in August and we've noticed the service fee. I've reached out to the branch calling to ask what's happening. Is there a hold on our account or is there not? The person on the phone told me there isn't a hold on our account. And I said, well, that's not true. I was told there is a hold. So is there? And he said, no, there was never a hold on your account. It was open the day you opened the account. And I said, well, how can that be? The money was rejected 4 days after. And he said, oh, well, there's usually a delay in the processing sometime. So I said, okay, well, we were charged a service fee and our financial advisor mentioned that she was going to be waiving that service fee. He said, well, you'll have to come in person to have that done. So that was lovely. So I ended up having to book an appointment to have the service fee removed because I thought, well, if I need to come in person, I clearly need to speak to my financial advisor to have the fee removed, because I wasn't going to spend the time fighting with the teller for the teller to believe me, not believe me, have to reach out to the financial advisor again. So I thought, well, I guess I need to book an appointment with my financial advisor. So I did, and I was meeting her the next day. So I made it to the bank and I waited for my financial advisor. She ended up coming out 5, 6, 7, I can't remember, but it was late enough after the appointment time to acknowledge that she was late. She came out and said, oh, you didn't have to make an appointment. Stopped me right there, didn't even bring me in her office, and she said, is this about your account? And I said, yeah, it is. Oh, well, there's no hold on it anymore. And I said, okay, fine, but we weren't told that and we have a fee charged on it. She said, I'll waive the fee today, don't worry about it, deposit money now. And I said, okay, fine. So I went to the teller, I was able to deposit money, and that was that. Well, it was 3 days now, and our fee hadn't been waived still. So my colleague ended up emailing her and saying, what's the deal? Are you removing the fee or are you not? You said you were removing it. So she responded back that day and said, I have removed the fee. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. So my colleague said, well, now it's mid-August and we've been going through all this. I would think, maybe have the August fee waived as well. Since now it's mid-August, we've been going through all this. We've just been able to deposit money. Now we're going to have to pay for a full service fee for August when now it's mid-August that we've finally been able to deposit our money. She responded back saying she's not allowed to do that and she wouldn't be able to because there's no reason to. Our account was opened as of the day she called me when she returned back from her holidays, which was July 30th. So there is no reason to waive the August fee. She never told us that our account was open July 30th. She said she told me, which she clearly didn't. And even let's say she did tell me, I had followed up in an email asking when our account would be open and she never got back to me. So clearly if I sent that email, that means I didn't understand if that is in fact what she did say. So that was the end of that, but I had enough. I had enough with the constant back and forths we had to do. So I ended up sending a message to the corporate office, the head office, about the situation to their customer support. And I sent them, literally it was almost a page long email, 2 pages almost, with a bunch of attachments from the back and forth as proof of our constant battle back and forth and not getting responses, to get them to get in touch with us. When I tried sending the message to them via email, they told me that they needed me to send them an encrypted message through their online messaging system, which I then attempted to do twice. However, they couldn't get my messages because they weren't in normal text, which they were. I had made sure that they were, but they said they couldn't get them. However, she said based off of the email I had sent originally, she would pass it on to the branch management team to respond to me within 2 business days. It was over 2 business days and I still hadn't gotten a response from the management team. So I reached out to the customer service line again and I said, listen, they haven't gotten back to me. So what's happening? I'm just following up. She apologized for them not getting back to me and said that they've re-escalated it to the team. So a day later, I get an email and a message from the manager of the branch. Finally. So the manager of the branch happened to come back from maternity leave that week. So I guess she got the information about our complaint, profusely apologized, said that it shouldn't have happened like that. She will ensure to speak to the staff that were involved and that she would waive our August fee, which was great. So I responded saying that I appreciate her work, said that it's unfortunate that I had to get to this point, and that a simple response like that was all that was needed. So in the end, we ended up just sticking with the bank. The money's in there. We got both our service fees waived for July and August, and all's well in the world. However, I will never personally bank with this bank, and if another cheaper service fee were probably to come up at another bank, I'd probably go with them instead of this one. And I've been making sure to tell all my friends and family not to deal with this bank. So I hope you guys like this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one for more fun times and story times with Patrick. Bye.